Hello everyone and welcome to the channel if you're new, or welcome back to the channel if you are a regular. Today I wanted to make originally a shirt, but it turned out to become a leotard. I don't know. I had a piece of AI art as a starter. I used this as reference for the originally. It was a reference for the harem set, and then I just kind of wanted to do this piece as it's as a standalone, but it turned out to become a harem. It turned out to become a leotard in the end. Quick disclaimer: there are a few breaks in the video because at one time my PC just completely froze and crashed, so I had to restart the whole thing, which is also why the video is not on Tuesday but on Wednesday. I basically had to start from scratch, from the very beginning. Nothing was saved. I had an empty space, and I basically had to do everything I did right now again, but I didn't record it again. I just did it as concentrated as I could, and I actually finished the thing yesterday, but didn't have time left over to make the video. So I used the full body suit for Genesis 2 Female as a basis and just cut out the leotard more or less. This is basically when I became a leotard, because I thought, well, it kind of feels like that, so I'm kind of also going in that direction. Also, there is no turntable at the very beginning because I tried to render one and it would take ages, so I decided not this time, but next time again. Promise. And yeah, the rest is made with the usual tools of extrusion and extraction and all the other stuff. I started looking into new software, so there will be a video about the Cascadeur software as soon as I am comfortable enough with it. I'm currently playing around. I have a long weekend ahead of me, which means I have full Friday and full Monday to play around. There is a good chance that on the weekend I will make a video about it. Most likely, no 100% promises, but there might be one. Just a quick note, I actually spent money on this. I spent the money for the hobby version because I want to be able to export in FBX files, and I cannot do that with the free version. This is something I will look into or go over when I'm actually looking at the whole thing and when I'm making the video in regards to that, but we'll see. Other than that, back to the thing. As you can see, I've spent a lot of time, like the fabric in itself is very easy. It's like just copy pasted the full body suit with a few cutouts. The main time I put into this was the top brim, the golden brim finish piece on the chest, and then some time and work on the pelvis piece. Something I tried to do this time that I actually proud of is this spiral loopy thing. Just something I basically tried from scratch. I was like, how would I basically came to the idea of how do I put the things from the original. Here it is again at 430. How do I put like all these pieces that are there in the original into my model without overloading it? This is also a thing I thought about. I don't want to overload this. I want to have this working without too much. There's always the balance between how much time am I actually gonna spend on something, how much time do I have if this is a hobby, how much time I'm willing to put into a hobby, and I decided I'm not going to put everything in it. For the other stuff on the original on the AI art, something that is there that I didn't translate, for example, is the whole belt thingy around the hip, around the waist. I briefly thought about like just adding a lot of spheres, a lot of marbles that I copy paste basically all around the waist, but I then just decided against it because it would clutter the whole thing, especially vertices wise, because the marbles take a lot of vertices to create, so I decided against it. Yeah, the hip piece that I'm currently working on more or less was I didn't have a design in head. I didn't have a design in my head which I wanted to go for. I just decided I'm going to kind of go somewhere close to a belt thingy, a contraption, but I didn't have a specific idea in mind. Yeah, I copy pasted the swirlies to the lower part, to the pelvis part, purely because I thought this would look interesting and it would just add a bit more detail without more work. Basically, I'm just looking into how can I make this without just adding more work in general, and this is where I basically, this is where this broke the first time. I just had saved it. I had loaded in the ornaments, and then it broke, and my computer froze, and when I opened it up again, it just was gone. And I was kind of disappointed, but as you can see, I basically made the same shape, and actually made a few smart choices in this case, because one thing that I can tell is there is an easier way to make like brims like these, and what I did is basically I copy pasted the edge like you usually see me when I do the edges for fabric, and when I thickened it, I just instead of having it have 8 sides, I had it had 4 sides, which made it easier for me to manipulate these sides and manipulate the whole shape. So something you will probably see in one of the next videos, or maybe even I'll make a short tutorial about this, is I basically just took it and made less sides, and then I iterated on these sides later to give it the round appeal that it currently has. But yeah, basically had to do the whole thing in less time, so I basically just redid the whole time, which also cut off time for the whole thing, which meant I didn't do the belt, the bubble marble belt that I originally planned. Yeah, I had to take another short break here, because I just had the whole day planned out, and I had to skip to the next part of the day, and then I came back to this just shortly before going to sleep. But yeah, the last piece I added was the chain around the leg. This is a bit away from the body, so I can actually like fit a pair of pants or something under it without it clipping too much or clipping at all. I can also like just make the chains invisible. I should have probably made the chains on the leg have a different texture or material than the chains on top, but yeah, I can still iterate on that. Anyway, that's it, more or less, most likely for this video. There is a bit of UV mapping coming up, but the UV mapping is relatively simple, relatively basic in comparison to what I did the other times before. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Took me double the work time because my PC decided to die down in the middle of it, but it is what it is. That's part of working with software and 3D models. Thanks for watching. I hope this inspires you to make your own content. I would love to see what other people that watch my content actually do. So if you have anything, just let me know, and I would like to watch it and like to see what other people do. I hope you have a nice day, and I will see you guys in the next video.